Good evening, everybody. We have a great show for you guys today. Amazing show. So, I mean, this is like the best news day we've had in a while for this show by far. By far. So, let's get into. We have two topics today. We get the first one's more interesting. We'll give you guys the interesting one first, which is the mass migration crisis in Spain. Crazy, awful. We need to talk about that. And then we have the new Trump polls that came out. So, yeah, we got that too. The new Trump polls that are looking abysmal right now. So, oof, it's not looking good for Trump. And we're gonna read through that Yahoo article, and it's just showing different polls on why the people are not like accepting the guy, why everyone thinks he's doing a bad job. So yeah, we got a great show for you guys today. Hopefully, you guys watch to the end. Let's get into it. So first, we have to talk about the mass migration thing in Spain, and this just shows what's happening in Europe. Europe is going to shit. America's going to shit. We're all going to shit right now. If we don't fix this, we have to fix this, okay? Because right now we can't handle this. We can't handle this amount of mass migration. You know, like especially with a lot of these people. There are 50,000 people that came to the southern border in Spain, and the border control was completely overwhelmed. They could not handle this. They couldn't. It's because, I mean, imagine just 50,000 people lined up. I mean, this is invasion. It's obviously invasion. You can't tell me like anything else is more of an invasion than this, right? Even if we went to war with China, you wouldn't see 50,000 people in our like just lining up at the Mexican border coming at us. This is the textbook definition of invasion. You don't know who these people are. You don't know if they're terrorists. You don't know if they're gonna assimilate. You think these people are gonna assimilate? No. So let's get into the video, and I have to explain the deeper meaning of this because this might be the end of Western civilization. This keeps happening. So let's get into this. Let me just share my screen here. So this shows everything was wrong with Western civilization. Just look at this. Awful.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy mal.
¿Cuántas horas llevas en el mar?
Más de cuatro horas.
It is natural emergency. 100% is a natural emergency. Yeah, so yeah.
Ellos les pintan en España que aquí hay futuro, que hay trabajo, y la verdad que sí, pero después cuando llegan se encuentran con la dura realidad de que no tienen nada y que después la gente los trata como si no fueran nadie.
Okay, so let's cut that out. Okay, so now let's get back into talking about this and the deeper meaning behind this. Okay, so this is rough. This is rough. So as you can see, it's not looking good. And one, the Spanish people do not want this. The people in Spain do not want this mass immigration, illegal immigration from these people that they don't know, they share no history with, they don't share anything with these people. And you think that these people just want this? And you think this is good for your civilians? First of all, your citizens. Second of all, this shows how our society is now. This just shows it. Think about this, right? I just want you to, especially if you're a leftist watching this video, just use your logic, right? Do you ever see this happening with any other Muslim nation? Any other Muslim nation? Do you see mass white migration? Mass European migration? No! You see this the other way around. You see this is only happening to our countries. You know why? Because white people build the best countries. It's obvious. Because if that's true, the Europeans didn't build the best countries, why is everyone coming to our countries? It's obvious. And the fact of the matter is this, is that This will ruin Western civilization. Multiculturalism cannot happen. Do you think these people are going to assimilate? You really think this? You think that Muslims are going to assimilate? They haven't. 49% of foreign-born Muslims in the United States believe in Sharia law. In some sort of it. You think these people are going to assimilate? Come on, dude. These people do not assimilate. They come here and they want to conquer. They want to conquer. Especially the Muslim immigrants. They want to conquer all of it. You see them doing the call to prayer? Do you see Christians doing that? Well, it's a Christian nation. America's a Christian country. Europe is a Christian society. It'll be normal for them to do this. But do you see, Christians doing that? Do you see, any other people do that? No, it's the Muslims. Because you know what? The Muslims do that. That's a call to war. Even Myron Gaines, who's a Muslim, said that. Keep that for the mosques. Why are you praying out in the middle of New York City? Why are you doing this? Because you want to conquer it. If you look at France right now, France is historically Catholic country, Christian, same thing, right? We're original Christians. Besides the point, they had to cancel their Christmas festivals because of terrorist threats. Terrorist threats. A Christian nation could not have their festivals, Christian festivals, because of Muslim immigrants threatening them. What society am I living in now that the Christians are getting oppressed by the Muslim immigrants? If we look at a lot of other European countries, I can't name them off the top of my head. There's another country this happened to. They had to put barbed wire. They had to put blockades and protect people because the Christians were going to get attacked. Because of terrorist organizations. By who? Muslim organizations. Muslim immigrants. When is the West going to learn that this cannot happen? We can't take mass amounts of these people. Because here's the thing, and here's the saying. If you import the third world, you become the third world. What we're taking in these people, right? And Pat Buchanan pretty much said this. You're not just adding people, you're adding a different culture that's coming into your country. So think about this. You take from these countries, right? And you take a lot of these countries because you're not allowed to put quotas on anymore. No more quotas because LBJ said no more quotas. So he signed the 65 Immigration Act. No more quotas. And said, well, we're taking anywhere. There's no quota on what nations. It's different if you're taking 0.5% of your immigration is coming from Muslim nations. But now they make up a lot more and we're taking a lot per year. That's the one thing Trump did good was the immigration bans. You cannot take mass amount immigration from them because you just see how is it working. How is it working? Well, your cities are getting conquered. Your historically Christian states are getting conquered. New York City is pretty much getting conquered. And you see the top Islamic influencers are saying, we're going to, inshallah, the whole Western world will be Muslim. They're saying this. We physically cannot do this anymore and have a well-meaning Western society and keep doing this. It's not possible. It's not. Because by definition, they do not assimilate. And as the statistics I just showed you, and the events that I just showed you, this cannot work. It can't. And this is embarrassing to Western society, that we might end up like this. And we might end Western society like this. What is Western culture? What is the Western society built on? Greek philosophy, Roman law, Christian morals. If we lose that, we lose Western society. You think I'm kidding? You genuinely think I'm kidding? We will lose Western society if we keep doing this. Obvious. It's mentally stupid to me that that our leaders in Western society that should be, taught to lead, but we're not. They care more about, making sure that men can go into women's bathrooms than protecting your native civilians. It's true. We care more about that than caring about our own civilians. It makes no sense to me at all. And it's a matter of time. There's this one instance, or actually 2 instances in France, because France is going to hell. It's just a fact. If you look at France, there was this Muslim immigrant. I don't know. Actually, I don't think he was Muslim. I think he was African immigrant, and he was standing in this fountain in France. That's just it's seen highly because of the culture there, and it was I think like 200 years old. This guy was standing in the water trying to collect pennies. He's trying to collect coins. Because he had no care about this. You know why? Because you don't have a history there. You don't have an ancestry there. You don't care about it when you don't have an ancestry there. And it's different when you can say we took European immigration. They didn't have an ancestry here because they respected our country. They respected America. They came here and had respect. They tried to assimilate as best as possible. Obviously, some of them didn't assimilate. I don't believe first generation immigrants can assimilate. You have to get to the second and third generation. So like their first kids. So once the immigrants have kids is when they can truly be American or truly be part of that society. But I'm not as harsh as Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas said third generation. Because it takes a while to fully assimilate. And this hurts our country. It just hurts Western civilization. Our ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears to building Western society. We fought a revolutionary war to try to protect America. The Crusaders, we tried to protect from Islamic invasion. You know why we were doing that? Because they were oppressing Christians and Jews. Obviously, we did the same thing to the Jews. We took them out of the country. But what were the Muslims doing? They were oppressing Christians. In every single Muslim country, they oppress Christians. You can't name me one. In Saudi Arabia, there's 0 churches. In Iran, there's 0 churches. Pakistan, I think there's like 0 churches. It's a fact. These people don't respect other people. But we, the liberals, want us to be so welcoming to these people. But they're not going to be welcoming to us. Because you know what they want to do? They want to slowly start taking over government. And you know why? Because we don't have a Christian government anymore. They slowly start taking government. And you know what happens afterwards? We become a Muslim nation. Another thing is when we don't take, and I'm trying to go back to the part in France, another one where there was this canal, I think it was. It was just like, it was something like that. And no one was allowed to swim in it for like 100 years in France. You know what happened? Bunch of immigrants started jumping in it. No one was allowed to. Next thing you know, France, of course, because they're a bunch of wussies, concede to them, like, okay, everyone can swim in there now. These people don't care. It's hard to care. I can understand, because, like, you haven't lived on this continent. You haven't experienced, your family's not from Western civilization. So, you don't really care for it. But for me, I would care about the Colosseum. I would care about the Big Ben. I would care about the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, the Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore. You know why? Because my family has an ancestry for hundreds of thousands of years in Western civilization. It's a fact. That's why you care about it more. Because you realize, well, my family came from this continent. My family, not even just this continent, but Western civilization. My family came from here. So, do you want the end of your country? Because they will stop caring about it. They'll stop maintaining this. Because you know why? Because this comes into replacement migration. This obviously comes into replacement migration. It's a fact. And anyone that denies it, and every argument I've heard against replacement migration says that it's replacement migration and white people are getting replaced, but Europeans and Native Americans are getting replaced. You know why? They say this, but they're like, well, it's not a bad thing. So you're conceding that white people are getting replaced in their countries. It's just that it doesn't matter. Well, clearly, as all the things I've said to you and all this, all the things that have happened, they don't care. They don't assimilate. It's honestly dumb to even think that these people will change. Because Islam, Muhammad was built on conquering. Muhammad conquered and enslaved thousands of people. You know who didn't? Jesus. Jesus didn't do that. Jesus came to say, he obviously said, I'm bringing the sword. Because us Christians need to be ready for spiritual warfare. But he also said, like, I bring peace. I'm peace. Right? Did he kill anybody? Did Jesus kill anybody? No. You know who did? Muhammad. You know what else Muhammad did? Yeah, we all know. Yeah. Married a 6-year-old. Consummated the marriage at 9. You know what else happened? There's another big thing that happened. What Muslims are allowed to have multiple wives. Christians, we don't. Because we know why? Because this is a Christian society. Right? Christianity built the West. And it's moral to have only one wife. Because you become one flesh. You can't become one flesh with 4 different people. It's a fact. And you're going to come here. And you're going to try to influence the walls. You're going to try to, say we need to become more like you. Instead of you become more like us. When you immigrate to a country, you don't demand. That's just why, like, well, we shouldn't make English our national language. Like, are you stupid? Like, genuinely, because you want to become more like the immigrants. The immigrants are supposed to become more like you. They're supposed to come more like you, not like them. That's how immigration works, and that's how it's been working for all of American history and all of Western history. I'm telling you. This is how it works. And I promise you, if you want a book recommendation, I'm like 80 pages into it. Please read The Death to the West by Pat Buchanan. Please. Because that shows we're going to have civilization. It will. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what I just did, but sorry about that. That does show what will happen to Western civilization if white people, if Europeans, and people from Western society do not lock in and do not say, well, this is the problem. Now, this gets me to my second part, and I don't know if I need to, like, again, bear with me, man. I gotta show you what Sneeko said. So, we're gonna share my screen here. Alright? We gotta show you what Sneeko said. I'm gonna go on a tangent about Sneeko, because Sneeko's an awful person. Alright? Is it showing? Let me see if it shows. Wait, add this guy up. Okay. Well, let's just see what Sneeko says right here. Soon the West will understand the beauty of the third world. And I think he said another thing. I could try to find it right now. I think he said something else about this. Like, this guy's an idiot. I hope I don't get banned for that. $13. Mog, come get me. Please, Trump, do something for once. Remove. Okay. This is something we need, Chad. I don't know what's going on my computer right now. I'm just being retarded. Like, this is the problem. And, my computer is being stupid right now, and we need to... I don't know what it's doing. So, with what Sneeko said, Sneeko's an awful person. What he did to Nick, obviously awful. But let's talk about his beliefs. Like, this guy, one, he started off being this Andrew T guy. I can't say his full name. I mean, I did a video on him, but Andrew Tate. Let's just say Andrew Tate. Right? He used to be an Andrew Tate guy, far right socially, I guess, in a way. I don't know if polygamy is far left or far right. Or right wing or left wing. I can't tell. But let's just say he was part of the alpha male thing. And then he becomes, a far righter. Then he becomes Muslim after Tate. And now he's a Zohar Mamdani left wing Muslim idiot. Because let's think about this. Where's the beauty of the third world? That's my question. What beauty? What beauty? Let's talk about the third world. Somalia, how is it? Nigeria? How is any of it? Name me one good third world country. You can't. You know why? Because they all suck. There's no beauty in this. There's no beauty in this. Trump, please do something for once in your life. Get him out. Because he wants to go live in the third world so badly. No, you said that. You love the third world so much. Go live there. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you're still in America. You're still in New York City. You still are. If you truly love the third world and you truly love the Muslim nations and you want to take more immigrants from those nations because you think their nations are so good, go live there. Oh, you're not. You know why? Because they suck. Their nations suck. You can't, again. They all suck. They're not developed. You know, they treat women horribly. They have no progressive in society. I'm not progressivist, but they have no progression in society. They, again, look how they treat women. You can see a lot of clips from a lot of these third world countries. You can see what they teach the men what to do. They have no civilized society. But let's take more immigration for them. If you truly want this to be like them, go live there. Go live there. But you don't want to live there. That's the thing. You don't want to live there. You know why? Because it sucks. I'm gonna say this like 10 times. It sucks. Their nations suck. Right? They can't build a country for their own, so let's take them in. You think they're gonna help our country? Come on, dude. Come on. He only goes what's the most popular thing. How has Islam helped any nation? I can't think of it. Has Islam helped the Middle East at all? Well, yeah, you could say, well, there might be peace if it wasn't for Israel. Sure. But even without Israel, just say we take out Israel because, Israel's out of the equation, right? Just say Israel's just off the map, right? And just the block of Israel wasn't there. How would it be any different? Dude, women's rights gone through the roof. I mean, like, you can't even go out with, like, showing ankle. If you showed ankle, I mean, you're gonna get chopped your head off, dude. Like, if their woman disobeys the man, they get killed. Or they get brutally punished. You don't have to just take my word for it. Go watch the videos. Go look at studies from the UN. Obviously, the UN's not the greatest source. But just go look at studies. Stop taking people's anecdotal. I remember debating someone on this. And it was a person who was from the Middle East. And he's like, they don't oppress women there. I'm like, dude, it's evident. I don't care about your anecdotal. I can give a little I don't want to curse. But I can give a little shit about your anecdotal. It's happening there. They don't care about women. So, it's always the feminists, too, that are fighting for the women's rights. Right? And they want, equal pay. Well, you take more Islamic migration because you want Islamic migration so much. Well, you soon won't be able to work. You soon won't be able to disobey your husband without getting beaten. And I think, us, Western civilization, we have progressed enough where we don't beat our women anymore. We let our women work. We let them go out without wearing a hijab and, full clothing in 100-degree weather. Because we respect our women here. And you'll come here and say, I want Sharia law. Like, are you okay? Like, if you want proof to how this Western civilization was built, look at the founders. Have you ever thought about that one, buddy? I don't think so. So to me, this is mentally stupid. It's crazy that you want to be like the third world, but won't move to the third world. I don't know. Anyways, I think I've went on a tangent long enough. Been 23 minutes on that. Let's get to Trump's approval ratings because I can go on for an hour about that. This is awful. Awful. For so long. So Trump's approval rating, this is from Forbes, but Yahoo News, Forbes. Forbes is okay. Yahoo News is usually fine. Trump's approval rating hits record low in third measurement this week. Record low. I mean, I'm not lying. So it's really bad. Okay, so July 30, Trump had a. Oh, this writing format's awful. I mean, who wrote this article? July 30th, Trump had a 38% approval rating with a 58% disapproval rating, which is, oh my gosh. Right? So 20% pretty much that disapproved. Right? Then his approval dropped to 16.4% in July 20th. I don't know what this article was talking about, but now, I mean, the format in this article is awful. I don't know if it's just me. This format is awful. But, I mean, dude, no space there. But July 30th, Trump's 33%. 33%. Oh my gosh. Dude, that means the American people, right? The American people, think that Trump is doing worse than Biden was in 2022 July, when the inflation hit 9%. I just can't. I don't know how to say about this. And you know what the administration's doing? He's not doing anything to try to fix this, right? Again, we look at the polling data. The majority of Americans believe that we should deport every single illegal alien. He's not doing that, and only 30% supported the war in Iran. And that's what he did. I just can't even argue for this anymore, right? Approval rating, so it's declined 6 points ever since the war in Iran, which we all knew that was going to tank. I don't know if he knew that. I don't know if he was stupid enough to think that it would spike up his approval rating. But like it's declined 6% due to the Iran war and the costs and the gas prices and the inflation rising because of gas prices. Gas prices control literally everything, right? In an economy, right? Shipping. I mean, I sell sports cards, so when I ship out cards, I see that the shipping prices are going skyrocketing. Ground Advantage is at $8, right? When it used to be like at $6. The ship across the country, it used to be like $6, $7. Now it's $8 to $9. Ground Advantage, that was priority, right? Priority is like $12 now, and that's because of the gas prices, obviously. So gas prices control that, and think about, you're shipping all this stuff out in big loads. So now, because when you do a profit and loss, we have to add the shipping on it, and the shipping could be, I mean, if you're a grocery store, you're already making 5% profit margins. Well, you take that much, and you have to add the shipping on top of that, so you have to raise prices to meet up with the same type of, profit margin, because you can't make less profit, or else you need to lay off workers, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to make less profit because you can't reinvest in the business again. So it raises that, and it raises simultaneously literally everything else. Milk. You need, it will raise simultaneously. Gas prices, high gas prices will raise the price for everything. It's just a fact, right? And I'm not sure if there's studies on that, but I'm pretty sure there is studies on that. Gas prices do contribute a lot. So less than half of Republicans say the U.S. should continue the military action in Iran. Think about that. Not even Republicans, not even the Fox News Democrats are on your Democrats. The Fox News Republicans are on your side, dude. Not even the Fox News Republicans. I don't even know who's on your side. You got the neocons on your side. Trump. Is that how you wanted your legacy to look at? You came at the neocons. Now you are a neocon, and the only people that are supporting you are guys like who was Lindsey Graham. That's what Trump has become in the last 10 years. Really bad. Right? So voters mostly disapproved of Trump's handling on key things, according to I can't even say that, the Quinnipiac poll, including his handling on ongoing conflict with Iran, 66% disapproval, foreign policy, 62%, the economy, 62%, trade, 58%, immigration, 57%. And now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on immigration, because, I mean, we're, like, so bipolar there. 50% want, or 51% want mass deportations, but also 22% of them support ICE. I can understand where they're coming from. They don't like the way that, like, the hiring process is not the greatest way, right? And, maybe the way they're handling the violence is not, always seen good, right? I can understand where they're coming from, but they still want mass deportations. You just need to do it better. The way he's doing the mass deportations are awful. First of all, he isn't doing mass deportations, but the way he's doing deportations is awful. You think it's a good idea to make edits of your deportations? Because, sure, you want to piss off the Democrats. You know, you're pissing off the independents. That's the voters you need. Alright? Especially if you're a Republican, because you have less votes. And so, in these cities, not in these cities, in these, like swing states, there's a lot of independents, and you need to win their votes. So maybe making edits, you know, it might take it down to 50-50. But he keeps making edits, right? The majority of people want mass deportations. It's just the way he's doing it is awful. The way he did the tariffs were awful. You think the majority of people probably do support tariffs in some shape or form because they voted for him, and he knew he was going to do tariffs. The way he implemented the tariffs were awful. He did a whole universal tariff. Gigantic too, 10 to 15% universal tariff. And you know, another thing he does, he keeps saying, okay, we're going to relinquish the tariffs, we're going to put the tariffs back. It's like those memes you see online. That's what's happening in real life. Right? So, and then it hurts the economy, right? Because the stock market goes up and down, you know. And, you know, people, like, when you realize, okay, well, I'm going to make more profit this quarter or this month because he's going to relinquish the tariffs so I can make more money. But next thing you know, he puts the tariffs back on that same month. It just, you know, I have to raise prices, not to lower prices. Retarded. Yeah, I hope I don't get banned for saying that word. Right? Like, yeah, he's just focused on the stupidest things. I have to agree with the American people on that. Still focus on the stupidest things. The reflecting pool. He's focused on the reflecting pool. I mean, I don't think this guy is stupid at all, but, like, he might be. He might be. So, yeah. We had to cover that a little bit. Not much to talk about. Now, do I want to get to the end of my show right now? I might talk for, like, another... No, because this is a long show already. It's already 31 minutes. So, yeah. Let's conclude the show and saying... First of all, yeah, so mass migration, you already know my views, awful. You get that done. Then I'm also gonna talk about the Trump approval ratings. We need out of office. Please, if you're watching this video, don't vote. You don't have to vote. Don't vote. My last thing is what I want to say is this. Please give me the benefit of the doubt. I have to move computers because I know this is laggy. It might be a little laggy on your side, but also. Give me the benefit of the doubt here. This is my first time on StreamYard. I'm usually on OBS Studio. I don't like it that much anymore. I like this more. Please give me the benefit of the doubt here. And yeah, like I'm gonna try to learn more with the screen sharing. I want to show articles that I've been reading because this is important to me. But yeah, nothing else I want to talk about. Thank you for watching. Again yesterday did the show on the Taft Show, first ever podcast I've ever been on. So happy about it. Please go check that out if you want to. Can't force you. Go check out the TikTok, socials, everything. And today I'll probably be coming out with a race realism video. And tomorrow I'll probably be updating with, I'm probably going to do TikTok live debates. So, you know, check that out. I'm going to probably post a couple of debates tomorrow. Then have another debate with Libertarian, right? Then after that, I have a debate with a guy, a Democrat, establishment Democrat. He calls himself the Bill Clinton Democrat establishment. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna be going live on TikTok a lot more, probably like an hour or two a day, because I need to start grinding out debates. That's what you guys want to see. You guys want to see the show every single day. You guys want to see the debates. That's the fun part. I love watching debates. So yeah, thank you for watching, and God bless every single one of you. I'll be praying for you guys. Thank you.